Whatever you plant in your subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become a reality. Listen closely. Put every distraction in exile and lean into the silence beneath the noise, because somewhere in that silence your future is listening for your decision. Feel an ember of possibility flickering just behind your breastbone, begging to be fanned into an inferno. That spark is the first whisper of belief, and belief is the architect of destiny. No empire, no discovery, no cure, no masterpiece has ever been born outside the boundaries of belief. The Wright brothers believed the sky could be conquered while the world scoffed at flying machines. Edison believed the darkness could be banished by harnessing lightning inside glass when gas lamps still hissed in every city, street. Rosa Parks believed her dignity outweighed the weight of an unjust law, and the very spine of a nation shifted. Believe, truly believe, and the universe rearranges itself to match the picture in your mind. But belief is not confetti thrown into the wind. It is steel forged in the furnace of conviction. Most people treat belief like a fleeting mood, letting it rise and fall with the tides of circumstance, never realizing that belief itself commands the tides. Napoleon Hill revealed that thoughts held with faith transmute themselves into their physical equivalent. Your mind is a projector, not a mirror. Whatever film you load fear or faith will cast itself upon the screen of reality. Choose carefully, because every repeated thought digs deeper grooves in the record of your subconscious, and sooner or later the needle of destiny will play the song you composed in secret. Picture a garden hidden inside your skull. Every idea is a seed, every emotion the water that nourishes it. Plant envy, reap weeds of frustration. Plant gratitude, reap blossoms of abundance. Plant daring, reap forests of achievement so dense they reshape the horizon. When you realize that the soil never judges, only obeys you, awaken to terrifying and exhilarating responsibility, you hold the power to engineer your own Eden or cultivate your own wasteland. And here's the truth most never grasp. The garden is always growing. If you do not plant intentional seeds of belief, the wild seeds of doubt, fear, and mediocrity will take root by default. So how do you cultivate belief so potent, so undeniable that reality must bend around it? Start with the language that loops through your mind in the quiet moments. Speech is crystallized thought. Change your words and you reshape the blueprint beneath them. Tell a child he is brilliant, courageous, resourceful, and watch genius unfurl like a flag in a sudden wind. Tell yourself you are unstoppable, invaluable, chosen, and feel your posture straighten even before circumstances shift. This is not vanity, it is spiritual alignment. You are not lying to yourself, you are reminding yourself of the truth obscured by years of subtle programming. Yet words alone are hollow shells unless packed with emotion. Hill called emotion fuel for the subconscious. Feel the words, speak them until goosebumps bloom across your skin. Imagine the future with such sensory richness that your nervous system loses the ability to distinguish between vision and memory. Athletes call this mental rehearsal. Mystics call it prayer. Neuroscientists call it neuroplasticity. Labels do not matter, results do. When Roger Bannister believed a human body could break the 4-minute mile, his belief rewired physiology. Weeks after he shattered the impossible barrier, multiple runners did the same. The gate was never the minutes on a stopwatch. It was the fence in the collective imagination, toppled by one man's conviction. Now anchor belief to clarity. A ship without a chart drifts even with the strongest wind. Take the ethereal mist of desire and condense it into specific, measurable, time-bound vision. Write them in present tense, ink blazing with certainty. I earn 103 crores per year through empowering coaching programs that transform lives. I complete a marathon in under 4 hours, crossing the finish line strong and smiling. I launch a foundation that sends 10 underprivileged children to school by 2030. Vagueness breeds hesitation. Precision commands momentum. Each line becomes a North Star fixed, luminous, impossible to misunderstand. Great minds from Carnegie to Jobs etched their visions onto paper and walls long before they etched them onto the world. Clarity summons purpose, and purpose electrifies every fiber of being. Purpose turns alarm clocks into rally cries, obstacles into stepping stones, fatigue into feedback. Purpose is why Beethoven wrote symphonies without hearing them, why Mandela emerged from 27 years of confinement with a plan instead of bitterness, why Malala spoke louder after bullets tried to silence her. Purpose gives belief its backbone. Find yours by interrogating your own heartbeat. What injustice can I not ignore? What beauty must I create before I die? What legacy will echo when my voice is dust? Listen without flinching, and your answer will surface sometimes as a roar, sometimes as a whisper, but always as truth. Purpose demands discipline, the daily crucible in which belief is beaten into unbreakable armor. Discipline is rising at dawn when comfort begs you to linger. Discipline is revising the 10th draft when the first felt good enough. Discipline is rehearing no 99 times and dialing the 100th number with fresh enthusiasm. Edison tested thousands of filaments. Disney pitched bankers hundreds of times. J.K. Rowling endured a gauntlet of rejections. Discipline is the handshake between vision and reality. Without it, belief becomes a daydream. With it, belief becomes inevitable. Action is discipline's visible face. An action taken even in uncertainty outranks inaction cloaked in research. The bridge from imagination to manifestation is built plank by plank, phone call by phone call, prototype by prototype, mile by mile. Waiting for perfect conditions is waiting for never. The currents of opportunity favor those already rowing. Every imperfect step carves neural grooves of capability. Every stumble compresses coal of knowledge into diamonds of wisdom. Fail forward, fail faster, fail smarter. Each failure, properly mined, yields ore of insight more valuable than any accidental win. While you march, cultivate gratitude as your compass and shield. Gratitude flips scarcity into sufficiency, turning each breath into evidence of abundance. It is scientifically impossible to sustain fear while sincerely counting blessings. Gratitude primes the mind for creative solutions because it shifts focus from deficit to resource. When Thomas Edison lost his factory to flames, he thanked God for the opportunity to rebuild unobstructed. Within weeks, new prototypes rolled onto assembly lines. Gratitude is not passive acceptance, it is active alchemy, turning ashes into fertilizer. Life will test you with shifting terrain. Adaptability becomes your strategy. Rivers reach oceans not by blasting through mountains, but by winding around them. Likewise, dreamers reach outcomes by pivoting. If an economic downturn closes one market, open another. If technology renders your skill obsolete, learn new code. Darwin never said the strongest survive. He said the most adaptable do. In a world where yesterday's wisdom becomes today's trivia, allow humility to keep your learner's mind sharp. Resilience is adaptability under pressure, the invisible bridge you build while storms rage. Resilience remembers that seasons change, that winter births spring. It draws power from previous victories, times you thought you'd break but didn't. It evokes ancestors who endured harsher nights with fewer tools. When setbacks appear, investors withdraw, pandemics disrupt, loved ones doubt resilience, squares its shoulders and whispers, "Still I rise." Frederick Douglass refused chains. Helen Keller refused silence. Elon Musk refused bankruptcy. Their stories remind us that resilience turns impossible into inevitable. Learning sustains resilience. Knowledge is compound interest on curiosity. Read voraciously. Listen actively. Apprentice humbly. Feed the brain new data, and it will forge new pathways to new possibilities. Hill called it specialized knowledge-targeted expertise, laser-focused on your definite aim. Paired with imagination, it sparks innovation that leaves competitors blinking in the dust. Think of Henry Ford, who, though no engineer, surrounded himself with a mastermind of brilliant mechanics and revolutionized manufacturing. Think of Oprah Winfrey, who curates wisdom like a librarian of human potential, then broadcasts it to millions hungry for transformation. Now feel belief, clarity, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, resilience, and learning converge like rivers into a surging ocean current. You are no longer merely thinking about belief, you are embodying it. It pulses in your bloodstream, colors your language, dictates your posture. People will feel it before they understand it. They will sense a gravity around you, the way planets sense the pull of a star. Opportunities orbit conviction. Guard this inner citadel with environment. Align your surroundings with your ascent. Reorganize a desk, curate a playlist, design a schedule where prime hours defend creative work and digital noise is exiled. Most importantly, curate relationships. Hill taught that a single negative influence can sabotage the most magnificent plan. Surround yourself with allies of ambition, people who celebrate your wins, challenge complacency, and speak possibility as their native tongue. Together you form a collective belief, a mastermind more potent than any lone willpower. But vigilance is necessary. Doubt will sneak back, disguised as realism. When it does, confront it with evidence. Journals of small victories, testimonials from those you helped, memories of obstacles already conquered. Stack proof of competence until doubt suffocates under the weight. Remember that self-image sets the thermostat of performance. Raise the setting, and the heat of effort rises to match. Drop it, and results plummet to conformity. Protect that setting by deliberate affirmation and consistent achievement. Weave joy into the process, for joy is rocket fuel. Joy is not the distant reward, but the present energizer. Celebrate incremental progress. Revel in the craft itself. When Disney sketched a mouse on a train ride, it was joy that animated the pencil. When Serena Williams practices serves at dawn, joy in mastery bends the arc of repetition. Joy immunizes you against burnout because it converts work into play and play into artistry. Integrate service into every milestone. True belief is outward facing. Channel your gains into uplift because contribution amplifies success. Carnegie built libraries. Bill Gates funds, vaccines, everyday heroes, mentor, youth. Service transforms personal triumph into collective evolution. It reminds you why belief matters, not merely to enlarge a bank account or trophy shelf, but to enlarge humanity's horizon. Finally, fuse belief with faith in principles as ancient as breath and as fresh as the next sunrise. Faith that every sincere step compels reciprocal movement from unseen forces. Hill referred to infinite intelligence, the inexplicable synchronicity that emerges when belief is absolute, purpose noble, and action relentless. Call it God, the universe, quantum entanglement, the name is irrelevant, the phenomenon real. Doors open, mentors appear, ideas flash at 3 a.m., coincidences pile like dominoes falling toward destiny. Stand now at the precipice of action, eyes burning with the image of the life that already belongs to you in the realm of belief. Hear the echo of history urging you forward, Lincoln's pen scratching the margins of law books by candlelight, Sunita Williams floating in the quiet of space, Beethoven conducting music he could not hear. They were not anomalies. They were believers who let conviction outrun limitation. Take the step. The ground may quiver, but it will solidify beneath your courage. Each stride thereafter will feel lighter, as if gravity itself respects the sovereignty of your mission. You will speak, and your words will carry the resonance of someone who knows. People will recalibrate their own dreams simply by standing in your magnetic field. That is the silent contagion of belief. Years from now, picture yourself pausing atop a summit only you could scale. The air is thin, the view boundless. Behind you, a trail of footprints glows in sunrise, each marking a doubt you buried, a belief you birthed, a life you touched. You inhale and realize the person who began this ascent has evolved into someone unrecognizable in strength, in wisdom, in reach. And you will smile knowing the trail is not finished, because mountains are infinite to those who keep climbing. So close your eyes one last time before you act and engrave this creed onto the vault of your soul. I become what I believe. Therefore, I choose to believe in a version of myself so radiant, so relentless, so loving, that the world itself must stretch to keep pace. Open your eyes, set your jaw, and step. The path forms beneath your feet. The world has been waiting for the moment you decided to become the belief that has been waiting for you. Now move unceasing, unwavering, unbreakable. Thank you.